Welcome to another exciting edition of the P&B Sports Show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. What a dramatic night it was in the Premier League. Manchester City survived a major scare after what seems like a comfortable first half lead turned into a frantic second half battle, eventually edging Fulham 5-4. With results like this, many are beginning to ask, is Pep Guardiola's long-standing dominance in England football finally under threat? Meanwhile, David Moyes' Everton continued their impressive resurgence, securing all 3 points in another disciplined and spirited performance. To help us break it all down, we are joined virtually by our esteemed guest analyst from the Center of Excellence Lagos, Walter Odige. Grab your teacup because P&B Sports start now. It's the P&B Sports reaching you live from the nation's capital. And we've been joined virtually from the Center of Excellence Lagos, Walter Odige. Walter, good morning. And how is Lagos this morning?
Good morning. Lagos is beautiful this morning.
Walter, it's been a while, and I'm still angry with you because you didn't wish me happy birthday. You know, I told you that.
No. That has not. That's not a correct statement. I actually wished you a happy birthday.
but that was in arrears. That's what you did. But it wasn't the main day.
It was not in arrears per se.
It was.
In the evening. It was in the evening of that same day. So it was an happy birthday, but it came very, very late. And I sincerely apologize for that. So I'm doing it on air now. Let me do it on air now so that the viewers can. Yeah. So happy birthday.
This is just damage control you are doing. It's damage. Thank you. But I know this one is just damage control. But let's dive into the conversation, Walter. Yes. Yesterday was another huge drama in the Premier League. Walter, I don't know. City were 5-1 up at the second half. There seems like they are cruising, but all of a sudden we see. I don't know whether it's this defensive blunder. I don't even understand how to. I'm trying to get a word to use on that. But with City 5-1 up for Christ's sake against Fulham, one will see that game is gone and buried. But Fulham came back stronger. And it was another drama in the second half. I don't know. Let me get your thought on that.
Yes. To be honest with you, I was even surprised that Fulham were 5-1 down at some point in that game because Fulham they came into this game off the back of their best performances this season. They've managed back-to-back victories for the first time this season in the Premier League. And they've been a very, very, very good side. So I was even surprised that they were 5-1 down. But, I love the way they rallied back in the game and they were able to, narrow it to 5-4. One thing it does point out, one thing I will keep saying is don't underestimate the quality in the Premier League. We've seen this season in the Champions League how Premier League sides have dominated other clubs from every other places. For example, we saw our terrible Liverpool side that we've all make fun of. We all say, okay, they're not good enough this season. They've gone to the Champions League and they totally dominated Real Madrid. They totally controlled Real Madrid. We saw what Arsenal did to the almighty Bayern Munich. We saw what Arsenal did to Atletico Madrid. We saw what Chelsea did to Barcelona. We saw all these things. We've seen all these things in the course of this season. So what it does shows you is the quality of the Premier League. And now the quality of the Premier League does not just aim at the top 5, top 6 teams, not at all. The quality of the Premier League goes as far as Crystal Palace, as far as Fulham, as far as Nottingham Forest, Brighton. You can, in a game, that quality could show. What did the coach did at halftime? After when it was 5-1 up, he brought in Samuel Chukwueze. This is Samuel Chukwueze that has been an experienced player from Villarreal days to AC Milan. Then they brought him in, and Samuel Chukwueze got 2 goals for Fulham. You understand? So that's the quality we're talking about. Because Premier League clubs now, Kevin, their record signing for about £40 million didn't even play the game. We get that yesterday. That's Fulham now, and you could see that's what I'm talking about when I mean by quality of the Premier League. The Premier League spent £1.7 billion on transfer this summer alone. Just this past summer alone, the Premier League clubs spent £1.7 billion, and clubs like Fulham got fair shares of that money spent, because Fulham, I think, spent over 100 or something million, same as Nottingham Forest, same as Crystal Palace. So I'm not surprised that that kind of thing can happen, because now Manchester City are leading 5-1. Everybody, including Guardiola, is like, oh, this game is done and dusted, and they take off 1 foot off the pedal, and boy, oh boy, I think they were lucky, because I think Fulham got the 4th goal in the 78th minutes. Yes, that's when Fulham scored the 4th goal in the 78th minutes. So I'm surprised. I would like to. I am absolutely surprised Fulham didn't go on to get the equalizer, because with the momentum, scoring 3 goals successfully in the 78th minute, I expected Fulham to go all out and get the equalizer, but it didn't happen. But what a game of football! 9 goals. One would have thought he was watching a game of basketball yesterday, but no, it wasn't. It was just 2 very good teams, giving their best, and that's what the Premier League is all about. The Premier League is the best league in the world, and we can see that week in, week out.
From Fulham perspective, do you say that, okay, this is a very good momentum for them to build on, because coming from 5-1 to 5-4, that's almost, in fact, they would have even equalized that game,
and that could have affected them tremendously. But it's football.
And the Nigerians will have 3 Nigerians, because we have Kevin Bassey there too in Fulham. Yes. So can you really tell me the contributions of, like, how impactful? That's not a question, you get. It's just my thought, you get. But the question I'm asking, the contribution, how effective it is to Fulham.
I would like to pick up that thought first. I would like to, because I really want to, because while I was watching that game yesterday, a thought came to my head. I wanted to tweet it out, and I was curious. I was like, I have watched Iwobi countless times.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm watching Iwobi for Fulham yesterday, and I'm not understanding.
Why the transformation? You get?
Yes. Iwobi is a total different player for Fulham compared to when he's playing for Nigeria. And I am always like, what's going on? Because yesterday, I'm seeing a player, a world-class player that is dominating Manchester City midfield, winning every second balls, pulling those string passes that we've not seen, and also scoring. He scored a very beautiful goal yesterday. And I'm thinking about Iwobi's last performance for Nigeria, and I was among the people that were shouting, "Take him off! Come on!" So it's quite appalling that they are not able to translate those form, their club form, to the Super Eagles. Now we're talking about, is it that the coaching team that are not good enough? Is it the teammates that they play with in the Super Eagles that are not good enough? Is it the, what's it called now? Is it the pitches, or let's say the pitches, the facilities we have in Africa that are not good enough? I don't know, and probably I might never know. But honestly, it is 2 different players we see for club side and we see for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, to your main question, how important are these 3 Nigerians to Fulham? I think if you ask Marco Silva, he will tell you they are very, very, very important. Bassi and Iwobi obviously are starters, and Chukwueze himself, he started his first game over the weekend, and he's not a consistent figure. I think this is his 3rd consecutive game he has had either a goal or an assist. So that's 3 games now with either a goal or an assist for Samuel Chukwueze. So I think they are important players. I think Fulham will be licking their lips now and thinking, oh boy, what are we going to do if these guys go for AFCON? Because these 3 players are
they are going to leave. Yeah.
Yes, they are expected to be for the African Cup of Nations on the 15th of.
But that's on that conversation. That's on that conversation that we might also likely have in this in this show. But finish what you're
Okay.
saying. But that's another conversation I think we're going
Yes.
to have, because I don't know why
Yeah.
FIFA will say 15th. But go ahead.
So Bassi is a defender, one of the best defenders in the Premier League. Trust me, if Bassi had not chosen to play for Nigeria, I am certain Calvin Bassi would have been called up by the English national team.
Yeah.
He is that good. Trust me, he is that good. I really believe he is that good to play for the England national team. Then Alex Iwobi, obviously, he might not be a mainstay in the English national team, but you know, he would have had at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 caps for England if he had chosen to play for England. And we all know Samuel Chukwueze's qualities. On his day, trust me, I am surprised if there's one Super Eagle player that I would say I don't know. My predictions about his career did not come to be is Samuel Chukwueze. I really thought he was that guy. I really thought he was going to be that guy. I really thought, because when he came out at Villarreal, I was like, who is this guy? I remember watching all Villarreal matches back then because of Chukwueze. I was so in love with him, and I was just in love with his talent and all of that. But that said, they are three important players for Fulham, and I know Fulham manager Marcus Silva.
This Man City game. But let's talk about Everton. Everton again came out. I'm talking about David Moyes' team came out smoky again, and considering the fact that last week they were able to do it 10 men against Manchester United, and now against the almighty Bournemouth. And what the significant thing about this game is, this is the first time they are winning in Bournemouth. That's in Bournemouth home. This is the first time they win. That's their first game. But looking at this resurgence of Everton, do you see them really going far this season?
Do I see them what?
Do you see them going far this season?
Yes. It depends on what you mean by far. If far is finishing in the top 5, top 6, I don't think they will. But if far is finishing in the top 10,
but compared to their result last season, or where they finished last season,
not just last season, the past 4 seasons,
okay,
Everton they've been a champion of themselves. So compared to their results from the previous seasons, I think they will go far this season. Everton can finish top 12. I think they will finish in the top 12, and that would be one of their best finishes in recent years. Because honestly, they are picking up away wins, and we know how difficult it is to win away at again against a very good Bournemouth side. A Bournemouth side that, you know, everybody in the Premier League are in love with. We know how they play, how fast they are, how productive they are, and all that. So Everton were able to pick up maximum points thanks to Jack Grealish, who, by the way, has been a revelation for them this season since he moved from Manchester City on loan. So he has been one of their best players. So yeah, it is what it is. David Moyes has done a tremendous job since he took over at Everton. I think what he has done is absolutely fantastic, and we've seen it this season. I'm not surprised because I know he's a very good manager. The only mistake he made in his career was coming to the club at Manchester United. I don't think that
I know you are going to say that. I know.
Yes. Manchester United is ahead of him, to be honest with you. And we saw how it panned out back then. But he has moved on from that, and he has had 2 successful stints as a manager after that. I think he did tremendously well at West Ham, and now he's doing very well at Everton again. So yeah, Everton, they will go far if that's the question. I think they will finish top 12, top 10 this season, and that will be very, very good league placing compared to their previous seasons.
Well said, Walter. Then today, also have games today. We'll have Arsenal, Brentford, we'll have Brighton, and Aston Villa. We'll also have Wolves taking on Nottingham Forest. We'll have Bournemouth taking on Crystal Palace. We'll also have Liverpool taking on Sunderland. Then tomorrow we'll have Manchester United taking on West Ham. But among these games, the one that I find very interesting is Liverpool Sunderland. And you know, Liverpool Sunderland, and you can go any of because of the form of Liverpool, and I'm seeing some rumor now. Rumor has it that Jurgen Klopp might come back. I don't know. Just want to have some. Maybe you could share your thoughts on that.
I don't think Jurgen Klopp will be needed just so soon. I think um, Liverpool will give an slot a lot of time.
With these woeful performances,
Yeah,
after winning
Liverpool
the league in your first season, of course, everyone will say that you've settled. Then the second season is another Bismarck performances putting together back to back. Do you think the board will be patient enough to keep him to the end of the season?
Yes, I think the board will be patient enough because I think there is a lot of stories behind Liverpool terrible season. Now, I have been saying this. I have been saying it. I don't know if you can remember since the beginning of the the season that Liverpool had a terrible summer transfer window. I think they are players. The players that they've signed are not good enough. I think they had bad signings. Now, not necessarily the best, not necessarily the player. Now, when I say bad signings, they are all the players signed. They are very good players. Don't take anything from them, but looking at how they fit into the Liverpool team, like Vet was signed for 140 million euros.
Yeah.
And I just
If my producer
I still
can pull
can't-
up the table for me, keep talking, please. If my producer can pull
yes,
up
I
the table for
still
me.
if you give me 140 million euros, I
Mm.
will come to Nigeria, I will build an academy, and in the next 4 years, I will give you back 20 players that will win the Premier League for them. So it's a huge, it's a huge investment, 140 billion euros. I don't know if he has even given an assist or a goal yet in the Premier League. I know he has done one in the Champions League, but in the Premier League, I doubt he has given a goal or an assist yet. So that's his profiling. Liverpool midfield yesterday was all about energy, pace, and a little bit of creativity with Soboslai, Gabbard, and McAllister. So if they were to see anybody in that midfield, it was supposed to be somebody that can replicate either of these three players. Is it that you are bringing in someone for Gravenberch? Is it that you're bringing someone for McAllister? Is it that you're bringing someone for Soboslai? And they didn't do any of that. They brought somebody, a profile totally different from any of their three midfielders. They brought the Florian Wirtz, who is more of an attacking creative midfielder, and it hasn't worked out for him so far at Liverpool. So now, back to what I was talking about. If I've always said it, if Slot was responsible for all the signings Liverpool made, then I think he should have been sacked earlier. I think he should have been slapped. If he was the one that said, give me this guy, give me this guy, give me this guy, give me this guy, then I think he deserved to lose his job. But if it's the board, which I strongly believe they are responsible for the signings that Liverpool made during the summer, then I don't think Arsenal should lose his job. I think they should give him as much time as possible because that's what I believe. I believe the board will be responsible for the signing. Then it needs time because now you've signed players. It needs to make these players work. It needs to blend these players. And let's not forget the psychological effect that will be affecting Liverpool. They lost Diego Jota.
Yeah, true.
I know people will come out and say, no. It cannot affect. No. Let's not say that. They lost a friend. They lost the teammate.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's a very valid point. But what before I like you to go too far, the table after 14 games. Some teams have played 14, like Man City and the rest. After 14 games or 13 games, let me put it that way, we have Arsenal sitting first with 30 points, and Man City 28 second. We have Chelsea 24 third. We have Aston Villa 24 fourth. We have Brighton 22 points fifth. We have Sunderland 22 points sixth. We have Manchester United 21.7th. We have Liverpool 21.8. We have Everton 14 games 21.9. Then we have Crystal Palace. But with this, after 13 or 14 games, some of them, I think today we'll wrap up 14 games. We are seeing this. Don't you see that the league is somehow so tight? And I don't think Arsenal has, because even Man City can also win this league. Because I'm seeing they can cause an upset. Seeing them pushing Arsenal bomber to bomber. Look at Chelsea also. We cannot rule out Chelsea as well with the way they are playing now Also, you can't rule out Chelsea. If Arsenal drop point twice, Chelsea might catch up with them. So I don't know. Just give your like in 2 minutes. Give your thought on that so that we can go to this FIFA saying 15th for African players to go for their national team. I think that's disrespect in my own view rather. But let's talk about this in 2 minutes before we go to what FIFA said.
It boils down to what I said when you asked me about Fulham being able to come back from 5-1 down. It boils down to the quality of the Premier League. Like, I'm not surprised that the league is so tight. Everybody's congested. It's just, let's say, aside the top two, take out Arsenal and Manchester City, who are on 30 and 28 points. From Chelsea, who are 10, I think on 25 points.
From 21, that is 21 is 10 to 21 is 10.
21.
Yes, 21. We'll have
you can see.
Okay, no, sorry. Crystal Palace is 20 points. Yeah, so 10 points from first to 10 is 10 points.
10. So
yeah,
that is close. That is really, really tight, and that boils down to the quality of the Premier League. Like, Sunderland just came back from relegation this season, and guess how much they spent during the summer? Sunderland spent £140 million. Barcelona cannot spend that money as we stand now. That's a fact. Yes, Barcelona, if they do it, they will not be able. They cannot even do it first of all. But if they manage to do it, they will not be able to register those players. So you have Sunderland spending £140 million. You have Nottingham Forest spending £150 million. You have Fulham spending about 100 and something plus million pounds. So the Premier League is tight. The quality of the Premier League is amazing. If you don't bring your A game, if you don't bring your best game on the day, trust me, no matter how good you are going to get defeated. Manchester United spent £200 million. So even if, let's agree they are bad, let's agree the coach, they don't have good coach, let's agree that they are bad, but the day that this £200 million worth of players, the day they choose to say, okay, you know what, let's play today, they will win a game of football. That is it. So if you go and underestimate them, everybody expected Crystal Palace to win that game against Manchester United over the weekend. But what happened? United won because in the end, United have quality players. They might not have a good manager. They might not have a good team.
What are you giving yourself hope? You are just giving yourself one kind of hope like that. But I will let it slide. No problem.
I'm just using an example. We saw Everton against Manchester United. Yes, with 10 men, Everton got red card, and they still won at Old Trafford. That's the quality of the Premier League. The Premier League are operating on a very high quality. Last season, if you can remember, Manchester United finished 16th, I mean 15th. Then Tottenham finished 17th in the Premier League. But guess what? Those two teams played the Europa League final last season. It just shows you the quality of the Premier League. The Premier League is heads and shoulders above every other league right now.
Okay, Walter, quickly ask, because we're running out of time already. Quickly, did you see that this is a huge slap on our face? I'm talking about African football, what? Because how can FIFA say that these players are supposed to resume or join their national team on the 7th of December, and FIFA say we will allow them to stay with their club till 15th? When will AFCON now start? When would, and already games have been scheduled for that, friendly games have been scheduled so that they will play with their teammates, everybody will play together. And you are saying that they can stay with their club till if it is Euros, will they say same thing? That's the question I want to, please, in 1 minute, so that we can wrap up.
To be honest with you, this is not the first time. This is not the first time that.
And why is it that CAF cannot really stand up boldly and talk to FIFA? Why?
This is not the first time that Africa has been disrespected. It's been coming because originally the players were supposed to the players were supposed to be at the camp on the 7th, because nations have scheduled friendly. Nigeria, for example, we have a friendly match on the 13th and on the 10th. So I think it's lack of respect. But let's come from FIFA's perspective. They were under so much pressure. Left to FIFA, they would love to say from on the 7th, every player should be with the national team. But they were under so much pressure from this club side, saying, you know what, these players are going to be away for a month. Let's get the best. Let's do something that would sort both us and the national team. Because if this player go on the 7th, they are likely to miss 2 games. But if they go on the 15th, we can get a little bit of time with our players, and that's what FIFA has done. FIFA has yet what the club have said, and they've taken it into consideration without minding that this African Cup of Nations, you need their best players to prepare. But now, to me, we can blame FIFA all we like. We can blame the clubs all we like. But if you ask me, I don't think it is nice that we keep putting our African Cup of Nations to clash with the regular football season, because these clubs pay their players heavily. I don't know why the African Cup of Nations cannot hold in June, July. That is when every football tournament holds. So we need to, work on that. We cannot be doing back and forth. Today it's in January, tomorrow is in December, next tomorrow is in February. No, it's not nice. We should show we are an organized continent. We should stick with the June, July. That was what was approved, mind you, before that. But guess what? After it was approved that the AFCON moved to June, July, 2 AFCON have been held now. One in Cote d'Ivoire that was held in January, and now in Morocco that is held in December. So it's strange. It's really, 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 really strange. But it's disrespectful, because this national team, they need their players as early as possible. So I would say it's really, really disrespectful, but it's what it is. We just need to do better as a continent.
All right, that concludes this edition of the P&B Sports Show. Thank you for joining us as we examine the key development across the Premier League and the involving narrative shaping the season. We extend our appreciation to our guest analyst from the Center of Excellence Lagos, Walter Odige, for his thoughtful contribution to this discussion. Thank you so much, Mr. Walter.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine.
All right, you can connect with us on all social media platforms on YouTube and Facebook at Politics and Business TV.English, on IG at P&B TV_English, on X at P&B TV_ENG. I'm Abel Sunday. From me and the entire team right here in Abuja. Say goodbye.